we there. Do it. Fucking while we talking. Let's do it right now. I mean, do it while we on this fucking thing. We'll be on this fucking hour.
No. Tell me when we on.
We on Instagram. Do it while we there. Do it. Fucking oh shit, that shit was recording. It was recording even when it was like going.
No way.
On this fucking thing. We on this
fucking hour. You cursing on that. Oh Lord.
We on.
Okay, all right. I'm on now.
So you promoting that we
Yep.
live on YouTube.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a picture. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of me and Miguelito live.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yep. And then I'm gonna put it on Instagram so everybody could be. Man, that was easier. Why did I do that? Yo, you played me right there. Yo, the whole time I'm like, yeah, and then and then you were just like this. I felt crazy right there, man. Damn, that's messed up, kid. Oh my God.
Oh shit.
So before we get into it, I saw some real crazy. So today was the first time I went out. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in the house.
To see if there were celebrities?
No. I went out there to help out my boy moving from the Bronx to the Upper West Side. And what's disturbing what I saw today, and I'm watching CNN at the same time, especially when I got home, nobody's covering the Bronx. Nobody's covering Uptown. Uptown was scary. It was like 50 people walking, no mask, nothing. They just walking like this. And I'm like, yo, it's like seeing like the storm coming, like the wave is about to come, and I'm yelling out the window like this, run, and they just like this, just skipping along. It was the craziest stuff. And the thing is, my uncle is a bus driver, and he like, yo, downtown, one person today. He picked up one person downtown today. Uptown, 120 people got on the bus. Uptown.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
An outbreak uptown, basically, because nobody's paying attention. Nobody's taking it serious.
Let me tell you something. You heard it here first. 10,000, 20,000 in one day outbreak, Uptown, Bronx. I don't want to scare you, but they're not taking it serious. No gloves, no like high fives like this. Like it was so disturbing, Miguel. I was like, yo, I'm out. I was doing 100. I was doing 100 down Madison Avenue. With two masks. I had a mask like this, and I had a mask like covering one of my eyes. I was like this.
Oh man, that's
crazy. Bro. Like on the real, yo, Uptown and Bronx, that's gonna be the next. It's gonna be the next big. It's gonna be the next big outbreak. I'm telling you. And the thing is, on Instagram, they're showing, brothers getting sick, and like it pains me because not a lot of these people are watching TV. Not a lot of people are listening to other, like CNN is probably one of the only things that's on at least one of my TVs because I got to hear what's going on. But yo, you can tell it's not happening uptown. It's not. And the Bronx too.
Damn. That's crazy, man.
So SOS, whoever live in the Bronx, yo, shut it down for about a week or two because it's about to happen. I'm telling you.
Now you got me feeling sick. I'm sick. Oh.
Brother, it was not a game. It was not a game. I feel like I'm in a movie, and these people were in it, part of the movie. It wasn't. They didn't get the script.
Man.
No.
So what are we talking to the fans about today? What are we talking about?
So
the show today.
All right. So today's show is about the misses. You know, I know I always talk about Ariana Grande and Rihanna and One Direction and all the glitz and glamour of just chilling with them and bringing them up and all that stuff. But I missed a lot of good ones too. You know what I'm saying? And one of them is one of the biggest stars, probably one of the biggest star out there right now, Taylor Swift. Right? Me and Taylor Swift, I was there when she dropped her first song
ever.
She went to MTV to promote it. Because my man drove her. One of my real good friends was driving her, and I got her. I got her that day, and I videotaped her and everything like that. And I got this great rapport with her, the mother. You know, saying I used to call her mother Mama Swift, and her mother was like telling the driver like, "Yo, I love that boy." You know what I'm saying? So, and what's crazy about that, I was there. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on. You know what this represents? This right there?
Music Awards, NYC.
Yep. What year is that? Can you see the year?
09? Oh, shit.
Dogs. I was in the red carpet. That was the same night Kanye West did the thing on stage.
Oh. But she was famous there, though, already.
She wasn't like that.
No?
Nah. She was good. Like she was on a come up. That stage took her to superstar.
Oh, yeah?
100%. Because she became a darling. Like she was like winning awards here and there, and she was like, hee. But I was chilling with the mom and everything like that. We were still all right. When that happened, she was untouchable. Untouchable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what would you have done?
Pop history.
What would you have done different? You would have just, how would you have done it different?
I would have covered her more, right? Like I missed a lot of opportunities. Like Ariana, you see, opportunities like that benefited like Ariana, right? And benefited the other ones, like One Direction. Let me put this down. One Direction, Justin Bieber, because I learned a lot from that situation. And I trust, like my heart was telling me to work on Taylor Swift because she was, and the driver, that was the thing, the key. The driver was like, "Yo, Cesar, she's gonna be huge. She's gonna be big."
What would make somebody know? How would he know?
He knew. Look, I mean, he definitely knew because she became huge. But it took a lot of different things to happen to make her a superstar the way she is now. But I was there from ground zero. MTV, I was following her, but then I just didn't see it at that because she was real young. I didn't see it like that. I knew she was going to be good, but I didn't see that the superstar. And once I saw it, I was like, damn, because I used to get tips on her all the time. It used to be like, yo, Cesar, cover. Come on. And I used to be like, nah, I'm good. And I passed up at least 10 different times. And right there, I could have been the end right there, So, things like that, I don't sweat it because it defines me, right? It molds me into the person that I am right now, that I don't miss opportunities when I see, of course, I still miss big opportunities, Cardi B, but situations.
What's the Cardi B story? How that one worked out?
So Cardi B was like kind of similar, but without the Kanye West thing. Cardi B, the thing with her is that her publicist / the person that was putting the clothes on her, her stylist, was my guy. That was my boy. You know, he used to be a fan, big up to the fans, and became the stylist. So big up Michael. So Michael, he hit me up. He was like, yo, I got this artist, Cardi B. I heard of her, you know, I had listened to Hot 97. Yeah, you know, she sound cool. She sound good. So what about her is different? He was like, yo, trust me, she's gonna be huge. And I'm like, all right. And Bodak Yellow just came out. I'm talking a couple days. And it was picking up traction. And I was just like, all right, you know, a female rapper, you know, it's cool, you know. Trust me, at that time, the only people of color or Spanish or anybody like that, it was only a handful of them that worth any money, that's worth people to, you know, go after them. You know, that's the business, right? That's the business side of it.
Dominican like you, Bronx, that's the Bronx, and she blew up. She's one of the biggest celebrities right now, right?
Let me tell you something. So I covered her. I covered the Bodak Yellow release album, you know, release single and stuff like that. She knew who I was and stuff like that. She watched the Rihanna video, so she knew automatically who I was. So she appreciated that I covered her and stuff like that. But I missed like 20 opportunities to cover her more and more and kind of build with her. But those were missed opportunities that, you know, again, it molds me. You know, of course I see her now. I'll be like, hey, mommy, and stuff like that. But I know when I see her, I'm like, man, I could have been part of the, you know, she could have been part of those stories of the Rihanna stories and the Ariana stories and those stories. I could have had her in that mode. But, you know, I'm not perfect. So I'm gonna miss a few gems out there. Another one, but she got hot so fast that it wasn't in my radar, was Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish,
I remember asking you about her because my sons were like, Billie Eilish this, Billie Eilish that. And I remember asking you like, my sons, all they do is talk about, they play her videos on YouTube all day long.
Let me tell you something. Billie Eilish came in my radar and kind of like, people were like, it was too many people. It was too many people. It was like, Cesar, Billie Eilish, Billie Eilish. But she already had 25 million followers. By the time she came on my radar, she was already huge. She didn't come on my radar at 100,000 followers or 200,000 followers. She came on my radar at 20 million followers, you know, 25 million followers. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is I feel like, and this is the thing, right? She was one of the biggest Justin Bieber fans out there, right? Number one of the biggest fans. She got all the posters and everything like that. So I could almost...
Right? She just did something with him, right?
Yo, she was crying about him because after the stuff that came out with his story, you know, on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Yeah, you know, she watched the whole thing and she did a whole thing about, you know, it was great, it was amazing, you know, putting himself out there and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like she knows who I am because I was the biggest content provider of Justin Bieber for all her youth, and the whole time she was riding the whole Bieber train, I was there. So the interesting part about this, because I never met her before, I missed her 3 times last time she was here because of the president being in town in New York City. So every time I try to go for her, she was gone or I couldn't stay with the car. So I keep missing her. But I want that time with her just to see if she knows who I am and see what, because it happened before with Sam Smith, right? Sam Smith, I didn't know, Sam Smith was the biggest Rihanna fan, right? I didn't know that. I went to go cover Sam Smith just to see this talented new guy, right? Brand new guy, talented. And my boys told me to go watch him. I knew the guy at iHeartRadio. I went inside. He's singing, blowing everybody away. He's watching, he's staring right at me. I'm like, kind of like, yo, why are you staring at me, right? So it was kind of awkward, but he was destroying everything. I was like, this guy's a star. Right away, like that night, he's a star. right? He had like 200,000 followers, 250,000 followers. First time in New York, first time in America. He came to iHeartRadio. I got him afterwards. I'm videotaping. I'm doing what I do. I videotaping. Yo, you killed it. You know, you took me to church. And he looked at me. He was like, put your camera down. I'm like, all right. He was like, you're 24/7 Paps. And I was just like, what? And he's like, yo, you 24/7 Paps. And I watch all your Rihanna videos, man. I love those videos, man. You know, you took me to places that I know when I'm a superstar, I wanted to be interviewed by you. So you're here, so I know I made it, bro.
Crazy.
I was just like, I was out.
Say that again on camera. Say it again on camera.
I was out. I was like, can you repeat that? You know? So, you know, things like that, you know, you're going to hit and miss. Some groups, I'm not going to mention the groups, but some groups, I thought I was all in, yo, because you missed on it. I'm all in. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be huge. They're going to be huge. And then.
Well, one you did was the K-pop dudes.
So, oh my God. So the K-pop, what's crazy about the K-pop is that no paparazzi, nowhere, anywhere.
In the whole world?
The whole world. Media covers them. Media cover them in Korea, right? Like they will come with the big camera, the big ass camera, but never paparazzi. They never got packed. No K-pop. This is Big Bang. This is Girl Generation, 2NE1. Yo, I'm going back, right? So it started with Girl Generation, right? They did the Kelly show. It was the Kelly and Regis show. And Girl Generation was there. I was like, who this? And they were like, they're huge in Korea. I'm like, okay. They're like, cover them. Somebody, like a fan was like, cover them. So I went, I covered them, 500,000 views. That was it. That's all that talks to me, right?
I'll come back tomorrow.
Right? I'll be back. I followed they had a bus, bro. They had a bus that said Girls Generation on the whole side of the bus. I'm talking about those big buses that go to like Philadelphia, like go to Foxwoods and those buses, those big buses, tour bus with their pictures on it. So you can't miss them, right? You can't miss them. So we followed to the hotel and I was covering them for like a week. I got so much backlash because they were like, yo, leave them alone. What are they doing? And I'm like, yo, you see they smiling. Clearly they like it, right? And you seeing things, and that's what I do. You see things that's not scripted. You're seeing their real life. You're seeing the behind the scenes of what they about. You know what I'm saying? That true fans would, you know, they started like, oh, I see what he's doing. I see what he's about to do with this. So I did it with them. Then I did it with the other group called what was the name? Not Big Bang. Big Bang. Yeah, right? Big Bang. Oh. I think it's Big Bang. I gotta make sure though. I think it's Big Bang. But yeah. I gotta look it up. Hold on. I think it's Big Bang.
I think it is too.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. I got bad reception over here. Anyways, yeah, so I was the only one for years doing K-pop. You know, like nobody else was covering K-pop. You know, so yeah, hold on.
All right, well, Cesar's doing that.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out the Beyond Celebrity show on any podcast network, the Beyond Celebrity show. Go check that out. More stories, more stories you can't get here. Also, if would anybody want to get on and ask Cesar some questions right now? If you do, text message this number.
It is Big Bang. Oh,
Now, are you ever jealous when TMZ guys get Riri in LA?
never, because they don't get Ree like I get Ree. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, they could get Ree all day long, but they're not gonna get her to talk. They're not gonna get the love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't get jealous of nobody getting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always show love. You know, I know so many people over there in LA that when they do it right, I show love. When they do it wrong, I just ignore that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it is.
All right, so that was one of the fan questions.
That's a dope question, though. Love it.
All right, so what's another question? Hold up. I'm from Brazil. I love your Paps videos.
Thank you.
All right, Josh. Yeah, buddy. You think Paris Hilton is making another sex tape while being quarantined? Oh man, it's the family show, Josh.
Josh, come on, man. Keep it PG, Josh. Come on,
Positive
man.
Paps. Positive Paps.
Positive Paps. I'm positive she's gonna make one though. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing. I don't know. I'm on YouTube now. Now I've been stuck on this live on YouTube for a long time. Look at this.
Oh, you are? Oh, you about to post it?
I'm about to post it on the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who else? Anybody else you could think of that you missed? Also, what are some characteristics that you see now that you think, all right, this is a star? Is there any way that you can anything you can see?
Real talk. I'm just into. Once I hear the music, like I got this young girl that's coming up right now. Two people, right? I got one of my boys that he sounds like Chris Brown, but with a twist. He got like Chris Brown and he got Trey Songz in his mix. So he's gonna be a beast. We're gonna have him on the show sometime this week. And then there's another one. Her name is not Ariana Grande. Her name is just Ari Sky. She's gonna be a monster too. So she has this song right now that's about anti-bullying. And hopefully we could premiere it on our podcast. But we're gonna have sometime this week too. We're gonna have the person that wrote the song for her. It's called Warrior, and we're gonna have her on the podcast on the come up. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting week. We're gonna have fans on the podcast. I got two of the biggest fans gonna be on the podcast. We got the girl that did the Harry Styles little doll, that everybody's talking about. She's gonna be on the podcast before the end of the week. So we got a lot of interesting people on the show this week.
Charles V. Rocks.
That's it.
Brother. I just told people to text message the number with their email if they want to ask you a question on camera.
So Charles is the man behind Ari Sky. Charles.
Ari Sky. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be the future. So Charles is the one that made the song, wrote the song, did the song.
Nice. He's gonna be the one that's gonna be on. All right, Charles, you're gonna be on the show.
I don't know if Charles ready. Ask Charles if he's ready to be on the show now. We could get him on the show before Ari Sky, and we could talk about it.
All right, let's see. All right, I don't know if he's still on, but let's see.
Yeah. But it's gonna be an interesting week. This is gonna be an interesting period because this is gonna be a game changer. Getting celebrity drivers on here, probably with the mask, with masked out, what I'm saying, talk about their story, but with the crazy voice, like, oh yeah, I drove this person, and but we're gonna.
Yeah, you have Charles' email. I'm gonna get him to text us his email.
Yeah, Tell him to text you the email.
Yeah.
He's on? He's still on?
Yeah, he said, how are you? I'm here, I'm on.
We putting Charles on the spot. What the show's about. You never know who's gonna come up.
Let's go.
Let's go. So Charles, let me tell you something about Charles, man. He sent me some amazing, amazing songs that not only Ari Sky sing, but he's a talented like writer and producer, music. Yo, he's gonna be big time. He just got to get on the like. Besides Ari Sky, he's gonna blow her up. She's gonna be a star. But his music, he got other music for other artists around the business that exclusively I heard. And you know, we can't put it out there yet. Charles gonna talk about it too. But yeah, he's gonna be a problem out there in the near future.
All right, so you just text me his number. Actually, I'm gonna send him the live right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so it's been crazy. Another miss. Let me see. I don't miss much. You know, I get after those three that I talked about, and really, I don't consider this girl a miss. Billie Eilish a miss. It's just I wish I got to know her a little earlier.
It's like you said though, if she was a fan like you say she is, she had to see your content.
Yep. Charles just popped
up.
All right, what's up, man?
I'm good. You guys?
Charles.
Hello from Montreal, man. How you doing?
Good. Your picture's not showing up though. I don't see.
Let's see. I'm new to this app here.
Yeah.
Put yourself on video if you can, or put a picture.
I just did. I'm gonna turn on some lights.
Yeah, put on some lights, brother. Yeah.
Good.
There you go.
Here we are, man.
There you
How
go.
You doing?
What's going on, Charles?
How are you, Cesar?
I'm good. I was just telling Miguel, I was doing a quick rundown on.
Hey, Miguel.
How you doing, Charles?
I'm good. Here's my little den.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
This is where we make some magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm good.
So introduce yourself, Charles. Let them know who you are. Give them the rundown, Charles.
Well, I'm Charles Vaccaro. I'm from Montreal, Canada, and we're also in quarantine, self-quarantine. It's crazy times, man. It's really something else, eh? And I'm a musician. I've been a musician all my life. In the mid 80s, I was in a hair metal band in AOR rock band. Something like a Bon Jovi meets Poison meets Ozzy meets Motley Crue, Van Halen, all that stuff, Zeppelin. Right. And in 1989, we were discovered by a gentleman who worked for Whitney Houston. And a few months after we met him, he brought us to her office, and she legally became our manager for a couple of years. We're in Fort Lee, right over the Washington Bridge. And for a while, they were trying to get us signed and stuff. And then on the big months where we were trying to get the industry to sign us, Nirvana went #1.
Wow.
And that killed all the rock stuff. Wow. And so we struggled for a few months, and then we kind of, let it go and stuff. And that's it, man. That's how it went.
So we got a question from the audience already for you, Charles. Josh from Chicago is asking, he collects autographs. How can you get an autograph for Ari Sky?
Yeah, he's gonna have to write me on info.arisky, ARISKYE @gmail.com, and we will gladly send him something autographed.
That's what I'm talking about.
Also, there's a website, www.arisky.com. And a little bit about Ari. I met Ari 3 years ago, and she had just turned 13.
Wow.
And I've been working with her since. So it's our third year as of like now. And I took her into my craziness, and I'm not an industry guy per se. I after my band Lipstick, I took some time off, a lot of time off, and I got back into music like maybe 10 years ago, a little bit more than that, maybe 13 years ago. And now I discovered Ari, and it took me out of my comfort zone, and I took the opportunity to tell her that I wanted to be her manager. Of course, through her parents and stuff. I mean, she was a kid, right? And so this year she turned 16, and on her 16th birthday, she sang the national anthems for the Montreal Canadiens.
Wow.
Which is our team here.
Wow.
And she's been singing for the Impact, which is MLS soccer here, which is like you guys, you have the New York Red Bulls.
Yes.
We have the Montreal Impact. And we've been writing. I was writing for her. I wrote Warriors for her. I wrote our second single, which was going to come out soon, but now we're going to just wait till all this boils over a little bit. Yeah. But it's ready to go. And the next batch of songs, I sat with her and said, hey, I want you to be part of the songwriting team. And lo and behold, we had 3 weekly writing sessions, and she came out and blew us out of the water. I mean, don't forget, she's 16, and also Cesar, you're paparazzi to all these people. She's not a Disney kid, she's not a Broadway kid. She's just a young lady from local that's just got this crazy killer voice and a crazy tone, and she could sing like the alphabet and the phone book, no problem. So I'm working and developing and reaching out to people such as yourself. And I don't know if Ari told you this story about you.
No, she didn't.
Okay, you're gonna freak out because 2 years ago, two summers ago, so not last summer, the summer before, she camped out outside of Ari's hotel. And you filmed her.
No way.
She's in one of your videos. Yeah, I thought she had told you. And that's how she became friends with. Yeah, she's shy that way. But yeah, so we'll send you the video. We'll send you the link. It's on your YouTube. And she's like,
send me the link.
Yeah. So she's like a huge Ariana Grande is her, like, oh my God. But she's also into Mariah Carey, and she's believe it or not, she comes here, and her parents are very musical as well. They make us jam some Cinderella songs and stuff. Just out of this world. You remember Cinderella? Yeah. Right back in the 80s. So she's got a vast comprehension of a lot of things. Plus she's got all the star qualities that come with her personality.
Let me tell you something, Charles. Once she hit me up, right? She hit me up on Instagram, last week. And she was like, "Oh, Cesar, thank you for, liking something. We like the picture. She liked one of my pictures. I like one of her pictures." And she was like, "Cesar, I've been following you for a little while and stuff." I'm like, "Thank you, She was like, "I'm a singer." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." She was like, "Why don't you listen?" And I got this before from other people, mind you, right? But for her to be like, "Listen to my stuff," right? Cesar, for real, listen to it. So I'm like, all right. She's like, "Listen to Warrior." So I went to the link, and they had another song that she sang, like a Celine Dion kind of rendition song.
Yeah.
And right there, and I didn't understand none of it, right? But I knew her voice was just crazy. So I'm like, all right, hold up. Let's listen to the one English one that I see on the thing, right? So I put Warrior on. Let me tell you something, Charles. I was like, she got me, right? I had like one little tear coming down and stuff.
Thank you. Yeah,
it touched my heart because, I'm all about that whole anti-bullying thing. So right there, and she's so smart with it. She came back with me. She was like, "Cesar, this is what I was thinking. And this is what this is what we did." And she was like, "It's all about that anti-bullying." And the video, Like when I consume
Yeah.
music, I can't watch a video. I just sit there and just listen to it. I didn't even watch the video. So
Yeah.
right away, just the lyrics
Okay.
and the way it was, I was like, oh my God, this is just straight up empowering. And this is the song of the youth right now. Like the kids need to hear this music, right? So
well, we all go ahead. Go ahead.
no, so after that, I watched it again and watched the whole video, and I was like, there it is. Anti-bullying, powering the youth. And yeah, that song is everything. I love it. I love the song. It's gonna be big. We here for you. And yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. The bullying song, the Warriors, what happened is because, there's so much music has its boundaries these days. For me, in my opinion, there's a lot of the new stuff has topics that are a bit R-rated and very X-rated, in the hip hop stuff, and so her age group, they're into all these rapper guys and the whole thing. And I'm like, what are we gonna write? So we started talking because I really like, I come down to being her age, kind of. I also have a 12-year-old son, so I'm in. Like I get it, right?
That mindset,
So what are we gonna write about? What am I gonna write about for her? And I had just met her, so she's like 13 now. Like Warriors, I wrote like 2.5 years ago,
wow.
and I started writing Warriors, and then coincidentally that weekend I was at my sister-in-law's house, and she gave me this wild story of her bullying experience in high school, which was based on the fact that the girl that bullied her recently asked her to be her friend on Facebook. And she wrote back and said, "Are you kidding me? Wow. Like, the pain and the horror you caused me through high school, and now you're asking me to be your friend on Facebook, where the story comes, you play the victim of your ruthless fantasy, right? So they're always the victim and stuff. And I was also bullied in high school, but back in our days, we didn't, it wasn't cyberbullying or anything. You fought your way at 3:00 and the best man won and nobody bugged you after that, right?
Yeah.
So it was a bit violent, but nothing crazy. It was just like, hey man, claiming your territory. But and then when I made Ari hear it, she made it her own. And I usually don't say that I write the song because we don't do that. Ariana Grande doesn't go around saying, hey, this guy wrote my song, but it's because I'm also promoting a bit myself in as a songwriter to other people. So and also that's where our history began. And she'll once you get her on, she'll give you a whole bunch of other stuff. Definitely. And like just this week we got an interview in England. So people are reaching out from across the world.
You're coming in broken up, Charles.
Yeah, better. Better.
It was good for me. I think maybe Cesar, you had a little. It was good.
What happened?
I was able to hear it. Maybe your internet went a little down.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. I was able to hear it.
Yeah, I hear you guys fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said once you get Ari on, you'll get her take, and she's just 100%. Entertaining. And you saw the article in England, so people are starting to notice her through my work, of course, reaching out to people, but they're reacting to her that way. So I know that when I met her, that my hunch and my instinct was 100%, So
so
yes,
we definitely gonna plan out this week. This was just a surprise right here, Charles.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And definitely, you're always welcome to be a part of this. We're growing this, into a show, a mega show, just talented people and just bringing us up, So it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen for you too, and we definitely gonna be a part of that movement. You're gonna be in one of those stories like I talked about Ree and Ari, and now it's gonna be Ari Sky, So this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and And now you know that she was actually in your vicinity at some point last year. Yeah, so she probably got shy and she didn't mention that, but that's how that's how she started following you.
Wow.
And then I saw the video, like, wow, that's because they really camped out all day one day.
Wow.
And she came out with Pete, and she came out. It was a summer day, so it was like a July whatever vacation time,
Okay.
And Ariana Grande came out of her condo, I guess, in New York.
Yes.
And they camped out the whole day till she came out. So and then you filmed her like she was like hyperventilating, like a real fan. So
I love it.
So there's, but if you guys can share and promote Warriors as a message, as helping helping Ari, of course.
Yeah. We're gonna have it after this is done.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it in a link. We're gonna have it in a link in the live. Like after it's done, we'll put the link on there and just have people on there, and so they could consume it. Yeah, and this is just the beginning.
Are you posting this?
Yeah, we're gonna post it on the YouTube afterwards.
Nice. This is crazy. This is good. Thanks, man. And Miguel, you guys, you're what? You're like partners. You're partners in crime.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I'm the tech
Good,
guy.
and you're in New York as well, I guess. Yeah. I was there last summer, and I was planning to come back, like I was telling Cesar before, but now they closed up everything. Like yesterday, they closed up all the borders, so we can't even, and we're not far. I mean, I'm like a 6-hour drive, 7-hour drive, so it's not a big deal. But we're gonna see each other after all this is over.
Definitely,
so let's be safe. Let's be safe.
Yeah.
And everybody be safe, because I'm from Italian origins, and I got a lot of friends in Italy, and it's 3 weeks they've been telling us to be careful, and we haven't been reacting. And now for them it's a bit late, because there's a lot of people passing away from this. So let's just be careful, and that's the message from them. Just to let's stay home for a while, and until this resides, and let's take care of our people.
Amen, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Definitely, Charles. Stay
Have
safe.
a great evening. Happy Thursday.
All right.
Ciao, bello.
Thursday.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 See how we making magic over here again.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you wanna close it out?
Yeah. So that's how we're gonna do this. The show. Some show is gonna be scripted as far as just knowing what guest is gonna be on there, and some we're just gonna pick out of the blue. And I was gonna have Charles on later on this week with Ari Sky. So talented, and you're gonna listen to the music. We're gonna have it in our bio after this. But she's gonna be a problem in a feud, for a lot of people out there. So yeah. But in closing, stay safe. People are not taking this thing serious. This thing is serious, man. So please, if you go out there, wear protective gear. I look like a robot today. I had the whole protection and everything. So I was out there, and that was the first time I was out there for, I've been home for weeks. So please stay safe. We love you guys. Peace.